Hello, good afternoon, journeyers. How are we doing? How is everyone? How is everybody doing today? How is the weather where you are? I understand in some places in Nigeria, there's quite a bit of harmattan today, what we call harmattan. That's the weather that is cold. Yes, and comes with a lot of dryness and all that in the atmosphere. So I didn't see it in my own side. Yes. Where I am, I did not notice the harmattan as they called it because the weather, okay, it's actually a little bit dry now that I think about it. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Growth Habits with Ngozi. I'm your personal guide on this journey of growth. I take you by the hand and I lead you on this journey. Okay, so who is here with me? Who is available this afternoon? The topic we have today is something that I know many of us are interested in, and I will do my best to do justice to it. This is session 40, what? 40 what? 48? Yes. This is session 48 of Growth Habits. We have done 48 sessions. Wow. Really. We've really come a long way from when we started. So welcome you all once again. Those that are joining live, those that will watch the replay, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. I am always happy, if that's the word, to see all the people that join, all the people that watch the replay. I am so pleased that many people are finding value in what I am dishing out, actually. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for the feedback that I get from people. It is truly, I value it. I value every single feedback that I get. So the topic we're going to discuss this afternoon is personal finance. Please let me know if you're here. I hope I'm being heard. Let me just do a quick check the way I usually check by connecting on another device and see if I am being heard. Or sometimes I'll be talking and I assume that I'm being heard, but I'm all by myself. So I want to just check. I'm all by myself. Awesome. Okay. So yes, yes, I am being heard. So who is here with me this afternoon? Who is here? Who is ready to learn about personal finance? If you are here, call a friend to call a friend to call a friend. Just tell people, tell others. Let's gather. Let's come together. Let's learn together. We cannot even exhaust this topic today. I won't even attempt to. I will just do a basic introduction of the topic, and sometime next year, I believe, we'll work it out. We'll get other people to come and talk in depth about personal finance, because it's something we all need to learn about. It's something we all need to talk about. It's something we all need to walk along with. So I'm just going to start right off. I don't know if anybody is here. This has been the thing for some time, for some weeks and months now. I can't tell if anybody has joined the live. I can't see the people who are there. So if you're there, somehow send me a message. That's the only way I get to know. When you send me a message, I will see the message, but I can't see the list of those that have joined me. So this afternoon, as I said, we're going to talk about personal finance. Personal finance. What is it all about? What do I need to do with regards to my finances as a person? And I'm seeing that all our networks today are trying to be funny, but we will not accept any funniness from any network today. So, oh yes, my apologies. I couldn't come up last week. It just wasn't possible. I can't even go into the story of why I couldn't make it last week, but just know that it wasn't possible. If it was at all possible, I would have come up last week Tuesday, because we were supposed to take this personal finance last week Tuesday, but it just was not possible. Honestly, I looked for every way to make it possible, but it was not. And so we had to postpone it. We had to cancel last week's session. And here we are this week. All right, talking about personal finance. And basically, personal finance is just about how you manage all the aspects of your finances. As a person, as an individual, how do you make financial decisions? What are the financial decisions you make? How do you make them? What things do you put in place in order to make those decisions? And to an extent, what are the effects of those decisions on your life, on your money, on your economy, on your finances? It is also very, very, very key and very, very important that we get a grip on our personal finance. Because when we don't have a grip on our personal finance, we find ourselves floating. We find ourselves floating through life, and we find a lot of things difficult that we should not find difficult. So it's very important that we get a grip on our personal finance. It's very important. It's a vital part of our lives. So it's very important that we get a grip on it. It's very important that we get a handle on our finances. And let me say this right off the bat. There is nothing that I'm going to talk about today that we have not heard before. There is nothing. There is no new thing under the sun about our finances, about handling our money. There is nothing new that I'm going to talk to you about today, really. You must have heard it somewhere, sometime before. Somebody must have mentioned it to you somewhere, sometime. But the problem most of us have with our finances is we lack the will to carry out the things we have heard. Because I don't know who can do with them that they've never heard about saving money. You've heard it severally. You have heard it, but you've never really developed the discipline to save. So I will try to make it as practical as possible, which is one thing that I've always attempted to do in our discussions. I try to make them practical and not too verbose, not too much theory, because theory does not help anyone, truly, because we have all heard it somewhere or the other. Most churches hold, programs dealing with the finances of members. You watch television, someone is talking about it, YouTube, social media, somebody is telling you something about your finances. But have we truly taken the time to apply the things we are hearing? Have we really taken the time to work on those things we are hearing? So that is what I'm going to try to do this afternoon. So as I said, personal finance is how you manage all aspects of your finances. How you manage it, including planning for the future, including today. How am I spending money? So that's basically what personal finance is. And like I said, it's truly vital. It's truly important that we get a grip on our personal finance. Because when you're struggling with money, honestly, so many other things just go wrong around you. When you don't have a grip on your money, so many other things go wrong around you. And you don't even have the wherewithal, you don't have the presence of mind to figure out the solution to those other things, because you're worried about your finances. You're worried about the fact that you don't have enough money for whatever it is that you want to do. So generally in personal finance, there are 5 basic areas, 5 basic aspects of personal finance that we are meant to look at, that we are meant to control, that we are meant to manage, that we are meant to have discipline around. And number one area is our income. Now, some people will say, I'm not working, so I have no income. Welcome, Miabaka. I'm glad you joined me this afternoon. Such an honor to have you here. So, as I was saying, the 5 basic aspects, I think that's the word to use, aspects of personal finance are income, spending, saving, investing, and I think the last one is like protecting. Let me say that, protecting. But the ones we are also used to is income, spending, saving, investing. So I will try and concentrate on those ones in my discussions this afternoon. So your income generally is like the foundation of your personal finance, the monies that come in. Yes, good afternoon, Rebecca. I'm glad you're here. The monies that come into your hands. Many of us, more especially some of us Christians, when they ask us how much we make, we say we can't trace it, we can't track, except those who are working, who receive a salary. Most of us that are not working, that do business, we claim we don't know our income, we claim we don't know how much we make, but we actually do. We actually do. I have tested this with many people. We actually do. Whatever money that flows into your, your account, your coffers, is your income. Even if it's money that somebody gave you as a gift. Since you're not working per se, you don't earn a salary per se, those ones all form part of your income. So calculate all of them. Take record of all of them, because it's from this income that you will save, it's from this income that you will invest, it's from this income that you will spend. So if you don't even, first of all, have a track of your income, you don't have a hold of your income, you can't tell how much money is coming to you or how much money comes to you on a regular basis. You see that we already have a problem. There's already a shaky ground from which to proceed. So we need to keep track of monies that come into our hands. I don't know if I've ever looked at maybe you ask for your statement, your bank statement for a few months or for a year. It doesn't even matter the period. And you look at the credit side and you see all the money that came into your account. And you begin to wonder, where did all this money come from? What did I do with it? See, that shows me, that fact already shows that there is a fundamental problem, because you should be able to know how much money is coming to you. You should be able to keep track of incomes. Welcome, Sister Commando. My namesake, Ngozi. Welcome. I'm glad you joined me this afternoon. So you have to have a way to keep track of what comes into your hands, what comes into your coffers, what comes into your account. Somebody like me, I love, I'm a digital person. I like to use phone, I like to use laptop, I like to use such things. I'm not too good with writing. I used to be, you see, that's the thing, this life, that's the thing. When there was no phone, no internet, no laptop, I was writing. I would write everything down. Any money that anybody gives me, I write it down somewhere, But now I have phone. So make use of what you have. Keep a record of the monies that come in. Because, they tell us that you're supposed to save, is it 20% of your income? If you don't know what your income is, how do you calculate the 20% you're saving? You can't. So keep good track of the monies that come into your hands. All kinds of money. All kinds. Like I said, gifts, income from businesses you do, whatever. Keep track of all the monies that come into your coffers. Have a way to keep record of it. So that is the first and the basic pillar of personal finance, keeping track of your income. The next thing is your spending. Now that you know that your income is 100,000, for example, how do you spend this money? Do you just immediately money hits your account, you begin to issue out checks, you begin to swipe your credit card, your debit cards? I always tell people this, and I think some people think it's a little old fashioned. It doesn't really relate, but it does. One is that I have several accounts. Let me just use myself as an example. I have several bank accounts, but I don't have ATM card on all my bank accounts. Why? Not because of course, we know I'm tech forward, but once I have that card, I will swipe. Maybe you are able to have more discipline, you yourself. But you see, most times we truly don't even have the discipline. We think we do until that card is in our hands and what to buy is before us. And we just swipe. So I don't have an ATM card on all my accounts, one. And the account that I usually have an ATM card on, I don't have money. I don't have money in it. I don't keep my money there. Let me put it that way. When I say I don't have money in it, it sounds weird. I don't keep money there. I don't. So that I don't spend it. So these are the things I'm talking about. It's not that we've not heard you should save. It's because that we don't just develop the discipline needed to do it. So I do not have an ATM card on the account where I basically have money. There's no ATM card. The bank will give me, because banks is from you're taking ATM cards and such things, they make their own money. So they do issue the cards and they will call me to come and collect. Sometimes I do go and collect it, but as I'm collecting it, either I'm cutting it to pieces or something. But most times I don't even pick the ATM card. It's with them. They've charged me for it, but there's no problem. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I know what I'm trying to do. So I do not pick up the card. So that account that I have ATM card on, at any given time, there's a limit of money that can be in that account. Yes, people will say, what if you have an emergency and you really, really, really need maybe a big or large sum of money to pay for something? There's always a way. There's always a way. But it's best to put in these limits, these boundaries, so that you don't get into problem with your personal finance. We're talking about spending now as an aspect of personal finance. Because truly, human beings, if we have money, we spend it. There are very few people that have money and they won't spend it. Money is in the account, available to be used, and they don't use it. There are very few people. So know yourself. I know myself, and that is why I do not put an ATM card on the major accounts. That is one. So that I don't just spend. Then in spending, truly, before, I don't even do it anymore. I just, sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, Ngozi, I don't know what's happening to you. Before, if I go out a day, by the time I come back in the evening, I sit down and write all the money I spent. That keeps me in check. Because when I know that I'm going to write these things down, then in the evening I begin to write down all the monies I spent and see that I've spent much more than I should. It keeps me in check so that next time I'm conscious of what I'm spending. So that is another thing I put in place to help me every evening without fail. I write down all that I've spent that day. And is before, you say but now we have phone. Before, even when I did not have phone, I would do this thing. As I come home, I bring out my notebook and begin to write all that I spent money on, down to I bought groundnut 50 naira. I write it down. So that helps me, one, know where my money is going. It helps me know where I am putting money. It helps me know where I need to not put money. Do you understand? And helps me know where I should put extra money. By the time I write it down and I look at it, I can see that, oh, I'm spending so much on whatever. Maybe fast food, for example. I'm spending so much on fast food, and I can begin to check myself on it. Because not that I will go hungry, I will still eat. But there are sometimes we just spend money because we have it. And keeping that record will help you checkmate that. So that is one thing. Another thing that I do that helps me with spending. One is to not have ATM card on my major account. Two is that I do not miss at the end of the day writing out all that I spent money on. Everything that I spent money on, I write it out. It's written out. And I can now look at it and know, oh, you need to make adjustments here. You need to make adjustments there. Okay, spending is what we are talking about. Because if you spend too much, you will have nothing to save. You will have nothing to save. But when you manage your spending, you'll have something to save. The next pillar of personal finance is savings. Now, there are many formulas people have out there for saving, to save 20%, following the formula of Joseph in the Bible. You know, he kept 1/5 of all the produce of the land, which, you know, during the years of abundance, so that in the years of famine, they had extra. If you want to do 20%, fine. You want to do 10%, fine, but ensure that you save. Make sure that you save. As I talk to you, I talk to myself. Before, honestly, I used to be very good at this, but I've become lazy like every other person, honestly. When I was working years back, once they paid me my salary, that was even before phones, you know, and all those things. Once I received my salary, I have envelopes, and I label those envelopes. I label savings, the one that I'm going to put back in the account. I label gas, that's fuel for my car. If I had a car, then I can't remember, transportation, you know, whatever. Label, put in the envelope. Once the money, let's assume I put aside 1,000 naira in an envelope for offering, for example. It can't be, but let me just say, if that 1,000 is finished, basically I finished giving offering. You know? Maybe I shouldn't have used offering as an example, because for me, offering, I can never not give offering. Let me just say, the money I set aside for entertainment, for outings, for lunch, for going to Mr. Biggs and all those things. Yes, that's a better example. And I set aside, let's say 2,000 in this month, or 10,000 in this month. 10,000 naira is how much I'm going to spend on any kind of fast food, any kind of entertainment of such. If I clear that 10,000 in one sitting, for that month is done. It's done. No more. So, you know, these are things I put in place to help me. Not because if I don't have enough to spend more than 10,000. I probably would have enough. But if I don't curtail my spending, I will have nothing to save. So to help me in the area of savings, I had automatic instructions. I gave instructions to my bank. I opened, if I have a salary account, whichever bank I have a salary account in, there has to be a savings account opened also in that bank. And there is an instruction, a standing order in the bank. I go there, I write it, I ensure they install it into my account. Whatever amount I've decided is going to be my savings, once my salary gets into that account, that amount is removed and put in the savings. And that savings, I do not have an ATM card to it. I do not have access to it on my bank apps, even though these days they are forcing them on, you know, but still, even if it's on my bank app, there's a limit to how much I can withdraw from it. These are things we do to help ourselves. So, I put that standing order. Every month that money is received, paid, deducted, paid. Now I also have such standing orders for, I belong to a couple of cooperatives. I belong there because I want them to help me save money. So I also have such standing orders. At the end of the month, that money is taken out to those cooperatives. The few that I'm not able to have such standing instructions for, because there are a few that you can't work out that instruction. It's not every organization that you can work that kind of instruction for, but as much as possible, try and work it out. But when you know that your income is not regular, this works when your income is regular. When you know that your income is not regular, then you must discipline yourself to sit and do those transfers at the end of the month or whenever the money comes in. The money comes in the middle of the month, do those deductions first. Well, when I say first, that is after title. We're not talking about tithe here, so that's why I'm not mentioning it. Ensure that you remove those monies to the savings account or to the place you're saving. When banks began to like when you open a current account and open a savings account, they put all of them on the same bank app. That is when I shifted to these cooperative societies. Because any money I send to them, I can't get it to the end of the year. I can't. Even if I beg, they won't give me. So I have like 3 that I contribute money to. Until the year ends, they're not going to look at me. They're not going to answer me. Even if I'm pleading for this money, they won't give me. Until December. And by December, I'd even, because usually, I get into such associations with people I know and trust. It's not any and any. So I also give instructions. Even if I come in December, you can only give me like 50% of whatever I've saved. Such things help. I also have the contributions that I do that at the end of December, they give me everything. I now use it to do, December flexing. We all know, yes, we are in Nigeria. We know that you have to do some December flexing. So that is it. But see, these are intentional acts. It's not magic. They're intentional acts. They are things that I had to sit down and implement. Because if you leave me, I will not save money. There are things that will eat this money. They are there. The expenses that will take up this money, they exist. But once this money leaves my account to the cooperative, I can't get it. Even if the whole world is falling, I can't get the money. I don't have access to it until December. So you see, the point is we must develop these systems ourselves. Find the one that works for you. It doesn't have to be the one I'm implementing. Find the one that works for you and then be intentional about keeping to it. Okay, so that is savings. The next pillar of personal finance is investing. There's a lot of ways we can invest. It's not only stock market or shares or anything like that. Invest in landed property. Invest in other people's businesses, but that one, you have to be careful when you invest in other people's businesses. But invest in other people's businesses. Invest in landed property. These are investments that, well, especially the landed property, does not depreciate. It increases over time. You can invest in other people's businesses, but you have to be sure of who you're investing in their business. Invest in shares, of course. Now, in Nigeria, there are apps that will help you buy shares in American companies. So it's not if you're afraid of our Nigerian stock market. There are apps like Bamboo that can help you invest in foreign companies in Naira. You will use your Naira and invest. Now, I have shares now in Apple. I have shares in Meta. I have shares in all these places. Small quantities because my money never reach. But it's small quantities. They allow you to buy in small quantities. But I keep building on it. Any small money, a spare change I have, I put it in that Bamboo app and I buy Macy's or one other company like that abroad. That money is there, is safe. So find ways to invest. There are different ways to invest. An investment has to have a return, unlike your savings. Savings might not give you any return. It might not. But your investment has to come with a return. All right, so those are the basic pillars of personal finance. Those are the basic pillars of personal finance. And we can now begin to expand on those things. But like I said, it's not in what I am saying, it's in your sitting down and doing. It's in your figuring out what works for you. Because what works for me might not work for you. We are not the same. But in all, you have to save, you have to invest, you have to keep track of your income. So now there's something I want to talk about as we're talking about personal finance. I hear people say, oh, my husband said I should not work. And because of that, you just sit idle. And every month your husband gives you money. Okay, husband said you should not work. Good, excellent, perfect, wonderful. But he did not say you should not earn money. He only said you should not work. They're not the same thing. He means he doesn't want you going to an office answering anybody, sir. Or he doesn't even want you doing business, as in having a shop, selling something, because of maybe he feels the exposure is much and he doesn't want his wife exposed. There is no problem. But does that mean you cannot earn something? Does that mean you cannot find something you can do that will just help you have just a little extra money of your own? See, because I believe that no woman should sit and not have her own money, no matter how small. No matter, we're talking about personal finance today. No matter how small, you should have your own money. It should be that you want something and you should be able to buy it. I'm not talking about frivolities, without having to go to your husband all the time. That is why you see that those that know me, unless I have not seen somebody, more especially young ladies, young women that are selling something, that's doing some kind of business, no matter how small. Even if I don't really need that, then I will patronize you. I will patronize you. Because I believe in the fact that every woman should have something they are doing. Like I said, okay, your husband said you should not work. All right. Now, okay, there's this company that I know is a real estate company. It's called, the name is Capital City Development. They sell landed properties, but they have the options of you're paying small. You don't have to have the 1.5 million, for example, if that's the price of the land you want in their estate, and they sell in estate. So it's not this one you say community people. No, they've taken care of all that. They've taken away the whole community issue from you. So you want to buy one of their properties and the price is 1.5 million and you don't have 1.5 million. You can pay small. Spread it over 6 months. Spread it over 1 year. Spread it over 18 months. Now, what I'm talking about is your husband said you should do no work. He doesn't want you working. Why not become an agent with a company like Capital City? You truly don't have to work, in quote, as in you're not going out of your house. You're pressing phone. You get their flyers. You advertise the properties they have for sale. And once you're registered with them, anyone that purchases those properties through you get a commission. So you did not disobey your husband. You did not. But you're making some small money. Because see, our husbands are trying. Most of our husbands are trying. But should we not be able to step in and help out in one or two things? Should we not, as wives? Should it be that unless he does it, it can't be done? I don't think so. So I mean, look at this one. I've just given us one very good business here. Be an executive sales partner with Capital City Development. I do it. I do it. I've not even been very serious with it, honestly. I've not. The day I sit down and face it, I will be making millions, honestly. Because even this little one that I'm doing, I know how much money I make from one or two people that purchase the land through me. And I'm not doing it fully because my husband is a realtor. So I can't be in competition. I can't be in competition with my husband. So I can only do the ESP business with Capital City small. I can't be in competition with my husband. So look at that. I'm able to just sitting in my house, pick up my phone, post their flyers on my status, post it on my social media handles once in a while. Remember that I am doing it once in a while. And one or two people purchase the land and I collect my commission. And it's automatic. You don't even have to ask them, where's my commission? The money comes into your account straight away. So what is keeping you idle, waiting for husband to give you money? What is keeping you? I even do affiliate marketing, but not this one. I don't understand this one. Some of these young men and women do that. They seem to be having money everywhere. I don't know. But if I see a friend that sews and I feel she makes very good clothes, please send me pictures of your clothes. I want to advertise them on my status. When people are interested, I will refer them to you, but you will give me a commission. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not doing business as in selling anything. Because when I hear women say, my husband said I should not do business, I should not work. You are not doing business now. You are just putting pictures on your status, but you're making money. You are earning something. You are earning something. So look out for, things like this to do. Because our personal finances have to develop. We have to understand that it takes intentionality. It takes intentionality. You have to make up your mind that my finances will not be at this level anymore. That I can make just a little bit more than I am now. I can do better than I did in 2023 and 2024. But just these little things. This is ways to boost our income. I'm telling us now, ways you can have, multiple streams of income. I don't even want to talk about maybe having digital products that you can sell. Maybe that one is okay, you're selling. There are so many ways that we can boost our income. In this generation, in this tech-heavy, there is so many ways we can generate income. Some of them are not, as difficult as they look. We can do. We are not doing Yahoo, remember, but we can do a lot to make just that little extra income. Do you know that these days, even some banks, I don't know if Nigerian banks do this, but I know that some banks, some American banks, if you refer someone to open an account, they give you a commission. There are many things. I don't know if Nigerian banks do it anyway. I have to check. I'm not sure. But I know that some American banks do it. Even the Bamboo I'm talking about, that is a platform for you to purchase stocks in US companies. If you refer people, you get something. So why not do it? These are little ways. I even saw someone's post on YouTube where, all these sites that will tell you to just do small tasks every day. Just sign on and watch 10 seconds of a YouTube video, and they will pay you, some cents. Actually, some cents. It's not big money in dollar. It's some cents. But imagine if you do that, you that is idle sitting at home, you do that 2 hours, 3 hours, even if it's five cents they are giving you for each video you watch. Imagine how much you'll make. And for referring people to such products, you also make money. So see, there are ways to make income. There are so many ways. Like I said, I don't know why I'm specific about these people that say, my husband say I should not work. I don't know why that is where I'm going today. I can't even explain why I'm hammering on them. But in these ideas I'm giving, you're not working in quotes. You're really not. You're referring people. You're pressing phone. In fact, that is what you're doing. You're pressing phone. Even your husband will be wondering every day, you're pressing phone. What is happening? And yet, you're meeting some needs. You're able to do one or two things for the house or in the house. So these are ways to improve your income. These are things you can do that will help you. Even piggy vests. I don't know if we know piggy vests. Piggy vest is an investment platform too. It's a savings platform, not even really investment. Even they also have investments. I've done a couple of investments with piggy vest, but it's a savings platform where you save money every month and they pay you. They pay you interest for the monies you keep with them. And you can also lock up a particular amount of money over time. Let's say 6 months, 1 year, you lock it up. You don't want to use it. So you put it in piggy vest and they'll pay you some kind of commission for keeping that money. Interest for keeping the money with them for that period. And also, when you refer people to piggy vest, they also pay you something. These are small monies. They are not really big amounts. But you see, the little trickles add up. They add up. I don't even want to talk about drop shipping. But that is something you can do. You are not truly carrying any goods anywhere. You get the pictures of the goods from the person that is doing the business. You show to people, they buy, you collect money, you settle this person, collect your profits. So there are many ways that we can increase our income. The only caveat is, when you increase your income, your expenses increases also. This is just a given in life. The more money you make, the more you have to spend on. This is where the intentionality, this is where the discipline I'm talking about comes in. This is where your ability to sit down and plan your life, your ability to set up these things I've mentioned that will help you save, these things I've mentioned that will help you invest. This is where your ability to set up those things come in. So personal finance is not, it's not rocket science. It's your sitting down. If you need help, get help. If you need somebody to sit with you, I'm available. Sit with you, plan your finances. How much of it should you be able to save? How much of it should you be able to invest? How much should you, put into this, that, and the other? I am available. We can sit down and plan it out. But it's not in that sitting down and planning. It's in your ability to keep to the plan. You're being able to put things in place to help you keep to the plan. Like the examples I gave of putting a standing order on your account, so that money it leaves the account. It's not available for you to spend. It's not available. It's not there. And if maybe, like for example, family comes, emergency, I need 1 million. You don't have it. You don't have it. It's not there. It's somewhere, probably, but you don't have access to it. And as long as you don't have access to it, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So, okay. Okay, like someone like me, I make a budget. Oh yes, I forgot to talk about budget. This is so important. Budget. Don't just wake up and budget your money. Budget that money that comes into your hand. Sit down and work out. This is some people work with percentages. They say 20% savings, 10% this percent that. Good if that's what you want to use, or you just want to use whole amounts and say, I will save 50,000, I will save 10,000, I will spend 100,000 on fueling my car, I will spend 20,000 on food, whatever. See, it's not the formula that is important. It's you're sitting down and doing it. Because I'm telling you that many of you who are watching me know this formula is better than me. If we look at it, you have heard it so much that you know it, but you're still not applying it. I tell people that one of the times I didn't work for I think 4 years. I had a gap in employment of 4 years. A lot of people, the only way they knew that I was not working is because, of course, they were seeing me around, church programs. I'm there early morning. I'm there, But as per there's something to contribute, I still did all my contributions. And people used to wonder, how is that possible? It's because while I was working, I have put in these things like this automatic deductions from my salary. So those monies were going somewhere and they were being saved with interest. It's not free savings, with interest. So the period I wasn't working, I was now living off of what I had saved the period I was working. Imagine if I saved nothing. What would have become of me that period? How would I have managed? I would have been begging husband all the time. Nothing wrong with your husband giving you money or get me right. Nothing wrong. If your husband wants to sponsor your lifestyle, please allow him to. If he wants to, let him do it. But you should have the one that you too can use and support what is happening in your home. Surprise your husband sometimes, pay the children's school fees. Surprise him sometimes, settle the rent if you're still renting property. Surprise him sometimes, put diesel in the generator. It's not every time he will do everything. Surprise him sometimes, buy something for him that is unexpected. I always tell people that I find it difficult to buy gifts for my husband because his gifts are above my income level. The things he uses, they are above my income level. But once in a while, I keep money aside and surprise him with something. It's not regular because truly his tastes are above my income level. I have to tell you the truth. But if I don't have the habit of saving something, putting aside something, I won't be able to even give anything. So my encouragement towards the basis of my message today about personal finance is the intentionality, the discipline required to do the right things with your money. You have to be a master of money and not money being your own master. You have to be able to not allow money control your emotions. This is not easy, but it's doable. You have to allow money not to control your life. You have to control money. And true, when we send money message, it goes. It's a very good servant, but not a good master. So learn to control money. Learn to be the one sending money on message by the investments you're doing. Send your money on message. Let it go and bring more money. Let it go and earn more money. And not that you will be, perpetually, under the grips of money because you don't have it. You don't have enough to do what you want to do, so you're upset, you're troubled. No. So the aim of my talk this afternoon is to get us to be intentional and to be disciplined with the way we spend, with the way we save, with the way we invest. Once we can master this and also master the art of earning from more than one way, you will find that money will not really have the kind of hold it used to have on you. But it takes you being intentional about it. So today I've come to the end of this short session on personal finance. As I said, we will still take up this topic more in depth, but that will be next year. I'll bring in different people to talk about different things. The investing, people that will tell you truly how you can invest, the different ways, practical ways, people to talk to you about ways to save and all the different ways to also make extra income. That will be next year. I will let us know exactly when, and we'll work that out. So thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Remember that I'm your personal guide on the journey of growth. And I think we will end for the year. I think we should. But maybe we'll do one session next week, Tuesday. Maybe, I'm not sure. But that session will be like an interactive session. It will be like a question and answer interactive session. Then we'll close for the year and we'll start up again with our live sessions in January 2024. Can you believe it that we're already talking about January 2024? Yeah, this year has truly been an awesome year, and definitely we are finishing this year strong. We are finishing this year strong. We are not slacking. We are not slowing down. We are finishing this year strong. Thank you for joining me. Remember to follow me on all our social media handles. Right here on Facebook, we have our Facebook group. We have our Facebook page, Growth Habits with Ngozi. On YouTube, Growth Habits with Ngozi. TikTok, Growth Habits with Ngozi. Instagram, Growth Habits with Ngozi. Aside from my own personal Instagram page, Ngozi K.O. Follow me on all my social media handles. And yes, I tried to, we have a paid mentorship program, growth mentorship. If you want to be part of that, please do send me a message. I will add you to the group. It's paid. It's not free. This is not a free mentorship. It's a paid mentorship, but know that the money is not too much. It's definitely not too much. It's just small change that you pay every month. If you're interested in joining that paid mentorship, please do send me a message. We are supposed to start on the 16th. Truly, I think our first session is supposed to be on the 16th, but it might have to be postponed, thinking of one or two things. Oh, good afternoon, Precious. Thank you for joining me. You're welcome. All right, so that is it for this afternoon. Thank you once again for being part of these live sessions. Thank you for 48 sessions of Growth Habits. It wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of you that joins every Tuesday, that watches on the replay. It would never have been possible. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your presence. So see you possibly next week, Tuesday. If I get questions from people, if I get things to discuss, then we will have that interactive session. But if I do not receive anything, this will be the last session for this year, and we will start up once again in January 2024. Thank you all once again, and remember to make today count. Be valuable and grow. Thank you, and have an awesome day. Bye.